Why attractive men have no friends. On paper, it makes absolutely no sense, right? You have the good looks, you have the confidence and presence, you definitely get the attention, yet real friends are still hard to come by. I'll make it very simple for you guys. When you're an attractive man, you're going to be lonely. Loneliness is like the price of being attractive. Not lonely because you can't get dates. Not lonely because you don't get attention. Not lonely because you're a jerk. Lonely because the people around you can't relate to your life. Lonely because people will be intimidated. The attention you get changes how other men see you. You'll be lonely because perception shapes how people look at you. And if you're that guy, you already know what I'm talking about. In this video, every reason I give is backed by real life experience. I'm not talking hypotheticals. I live this. I'm telling you exactly what it's like to be that guy. And if this topic grabs your attention, consider watching the full video. I guarantee you'll get something out of it. First, let's define what we mean by attractive. We're not just talking about a decent face. We're talking about the full package. Good shape, good posture, strong presence. The kind of guy who doesn't say much, but people still feel him in the room. He's not competing for the attention just comes to him. That right there alone triggers competition. That's where the problem starts. Because when you're that guy, every room you enter becomes a competition, whether you signed up for it or not. Imagine you and your friends all play basketball at the park. You're all around the same level. It's fun and competitive, but it's balanced. Everyone feels equal. Now imagine you become NBA level at some point. It stops being fun real quick for the other guys, because you just created a gap. Every shot you make now feels like a threat, because it highlights how far ahead you've become. And that gap makes people defensive. Now they'll try to downplay your skill. Now they'll act like you're showing off when you're just playing ball. Now guys, I play competitive pickup basketball. Sometimes you're on teams where guys purposely don't pass you the ball because you're taking their shine away. That's how powerful ego is. People will sabotage the main objective, which is to win the basketball game, just to make sure the spotlight isn't on you. Being around you means they can't be the center of attention, and that scares some of these insecure motherfuckers. And that's what happens when you level up. There's something important you must all know about friendships. Friendships thrive on balance. Balance means you're sharing similar experiences. You're in the same bracket. There's balance when you're both working at McDonald's. There's balance when you're both broke in college. How can there be competition when you're both at the same level? Motherfucker, you're flipping the same burgers as me. But when you land an accounting job and your friend is still at McDonald's, oh, now we got some tension. It's not just about the new job though. It's the perception behind it. They see you growing and moving forward, and they see themselves staying in the same place. Even if you're the same exact person, that perception alone brings tension. Sometimes your improvement becomes a reminder of what they aren't doing. Think about the gym. You and your friend both bench 135. This is great. You push each other, you guys are good gym partners. But if one day you jump to 225 and he's still at 135, that dynamic will change. Unless your friend is genuinely comfortable within himself. But friendships generally don't feel the same once someone pushes ahead. That's exactly what being an attractive man feels like. You're a walking gap. Being attractive is walking tension. Just your presence shifts the energy in the room, and most people can't handle that. Now here's where it gets deeper. A lot of attractive men say the same thing. I didn't change, they did. But that's not fully true either. When you lose weight and glow up, when you make money, when you improve your style, when you grow your confidence, you do change, but not in a bad way. You evolve, like Charmander leveling up to Charizard. And once you evolve, people respond to you differently. The social hierarchy shifts, and hierarchies matter more than people think. If your friend makes $100,000 and you make $50,000, he probably feels like the leader, the cool guy with status. But start making $200,000 and watch how fast his energy changes. So it begs the question, was he ever really your friend in the first place? If you were once the average one in the group and now you're the standout, you didn't just improve your life, you changed the vibe everyone had gotten used to. It's like being a marketing rep with your coworkers for years. Then you get promoted to marketing director. You're still the same you, but you're not one of them anymore. That's how it feels to be attractive. Guys, I lost a lot of friends after my glow up. Weekend plans were always a given. Then the invite stopped, the text slowed down. Now they're magically all busy. Now they could have all been busy, but how the fuck you busy and I see you all partying on Snapchat? It's not that I did anything wrong, I was still the same exact guy. But again, it's that P word, perception. When you start improving your life, it changes how people perceive you. That's why I say there's a cost to improving yourself. While my friends were out drinking and getting beer bellies, I was out getting a lifting. While my friends were drunk eating steak and shake, I was in the house making a salad. My priorities changed, so even if we did hang out, we just weren't on the same page anymore. We weren't sharing the same experiences anymore. I'd like to think I outgrew them. See, them invites were coming in by the mile when I was 250 pounds, because I wasn't a threat. But when that 250 became 180, now I'm a threat to everyone. But you know the funny part of it all? These are the same friends that hit me up asking for fitness advice. Ain't that funny? Now that you got a belly like Sherman Klump, now you want to reach out? Guys, let me tell you something about friends. They only stick around when you're useful to them. Some will keep you close just so they can study you. You will inspire some of your friends. Guys, I once had a friend cut his hair exactly like me. Another guy at the gym asked about my Vomeros, went out and got himself a pair. If I was a butt ugly motherfucker, do you honestly think they'd be doing that? So you will light a fire under some people, but that same fire makes others step back. People hate being reminded that someone else is surpassing them. That's why I say being attractive is dangerous. You're automatically surpassing them. You're something people wish they were. If everyone in your city knew you won the lotto, you don't think you'd become a threat? You're carrying something most people wish they could have. Your friends won't even watch you around at a club or party, because those girls your friends are checking out, they're watching those girls watch you. Guys, please believe if you're an attractive man at your gym, at your job, the guys there are watching the girls they're into watch you. That's why you get those weird vibes. That's why you get that weird energy. Those weird vibes are not random. There's a quiet power you carry. And what does power create? Fear. Your friends won't want their girl around you. Not because you'd actually do anything, but because you could. There's a fear there. You can be the coolest friend in the world. Just that could from your friends is enough. It's all insecurity. They know she'll find you attractive, and that's just enough for them. Guys, I have a friend I've known for more than a decade. Wouldn't necessarily say we're friends now, but we're not on bad terms. I've never met his wife. I never met her when she was his girlfriend. I never met her when she was his fiancée. Yet every other friend in our little group has. Ain't that something? Funny how that works, huh? You had no issue introducing me to your girlfriends when I was 250 pounds, but now that I lost a little bit of weight, you don't want me around anymore. These are just some of the things attractive men deal with. Some of your friends will poke at your flaws any chance they get. It doesn't matter how small or silly it is. Yeah, Johnny sucks at golf. Michael drinks spring water, what an idiot. Just dumb shit. They're looking for anything to make you seem normal, to chip away at your confidence. Does that sound like a true friend to you? It's like when your friend is the coolest person when it's just you two, but get him in a group and all of a sudden he's a comedian. You guys gotta pay attention to stuff like that. Your friends will never tell you how they feel about you, but they'll project it when other people are around. They're using the group as a cover. They'll do sly and passive aggressive shit. Backhanded compliments that seem harmless, but they're really about keeping you in check. Damn, you're smarter than I gave you credit for. I didn't think you remember that. It's very subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention, but not anymore since you watched this video. So if you've ever experienced anything I spoke about today, you're not alone. This right here is exactly why attractive men have no friends. Being alone doesn't scare me. Being around people who make me feel alone does. I'll take my peace, even if it does cost me people. Until next time.